Good morning, everybody. My name's Tony Morrow. I retired at the end of July as the Manager Budget and Financial Analysis at headquarters in Washington, D.C. I did set things up so that there was plenty of money left for 2010. So if things come down and Billy, you got more than your share. But I know the folks in Oklahoma always perform very well. After we retired, my wife and I retired to our native hometown of Wichita. So I got up this morning and you know, the wind blew me down past I thought I'd come by. But yeah, as Ron so kindly said, I was the number 23, so now you're number 24, so since I'm not the rookie anymore, I'll tell you afterwards what comes with those duties. So it's kind of nice not to be the junior one anymore. Anyway, I'm pleased to be here today, honored to come down and celebrate Joe's career and you know, to wish him well on the next phase of his life. Like Ron said, you know, I heard of Joe before I met Joe. We had some common friends, some characters, I should say luminaries, such as like Catherine Sutton and Patty Robinson and John Silva and Larry Lawson, all of whom, you know, wish you the best. And I'm sure I'll be in touch and we'll get you all their emails so you can keep in touch. You've probably already got them. But yeah, I ran into Joe when I was manager of finance in Arkansas, being a peer in Oklahoma. Yeah, we were called Joe and help us out with things, and then I got to go to the area office in Dallas for a while, and then eventually up to headquarters. All the time, Joe was one of these, if we had a new system or we wanted to do something different with the flash report or with the various systems, you know, who could we call and knows what they're doing, and Joe would be one of the people to help. And then, one of the things, you know, in working for budget all the years, actually in Oklahoma, you've been blessed with more than your share of excellent budget folks. But, you know, generally speaking, across the country, what I would say at budget folks is you tended to have people that were good in one. You had people that were either good in very technical aspects and they could make the computer sing and dance, but they couldn't always tell you what they generated out of the computer. Or you had people that had good, what I call street smarts, people skills, all that, but they weren't, you know, necessarily the best on a computer, on the technical skills. Joe's one of the rare people that could do both. Excellent, outstanding technical skills and outstanding interpersonal skills. I mean, he's a fellow that could talk to, you know, what I said, a bewildered headquarters executive like me and try to explain to me why my bright idea that I wanted to do the flash system wasn't really such a bright idea. And not only that, then he would propose a solution. Well, if you really want to do this, then here's the way to do it. But he'd also talk with the postmasters and the station managers and all that, and he had a reputation of explaining to them. Although I always suspected that he talked slower when he was talking to the headquarters executives and stuff like that. You know, that used to be like you draw them pictures instead of, you know, giving them tables and stuff like that. And that's generally what happens if Julie's not doing it. But anyway, it's I could go, like Ron said, I could go on and on. But anyway, it's been a pleasure to work with you, to learn from you, Joe. All the help that you've given me and all the Postal Service organization throughout your career is greatly appreciated. I'm pleased to be here today.
I wanted to cry, but Joe is my personal guru, and we've worked together 20-something years. It's been an honor and a privilege to work with you. And we'll have to open this before everybody eats, but this is from everybody.
I warned them there would be no tears today. It's not a sad occasion, so don't be crying.
I tried to put all our memories in here and they wouldn't fit. And we're bursting at the seams. So, and Diane helped me back. So this will be fun for you to go.
Thank you. Looking forward to it.
Thank you guys for coming to honor Joe.
Well, let me say just a little bit of, sorry.
You're going to stand between us and the food.
I really want to say thank you for Ron and Tony coming today. It really means a lot to me. I have known these guys for years and years, but I'll be honest with you, the very first thing I thought of when I saw Ron is, who is he coming to steal now? He did take Tyson away from the budget shop, and then I trained Michael, and a year later he took Michael away from the budget shop. So yeah, I always think about Ron as being the one to snag all these people, and I thought, who's he here to steal? So Cindy, watch out. He said he was coming to talk to you.
I don't want to.
And Tony's right too. I worked with Tony for many, many years, and it was always, you know, ever since he left the Southwest area, all of us in the Southwest area wished he would come back. But he went on to bigger and better things in headquarters and beyond, and I'm glad he's happy and healthy in retirement with his family. That is outstanding, and I really, really appreciate y'all coming out. It means a lot to me. I'm really happy to have my family here, as many of them could show up, and that is outstanding. I really appreciate that. For those of you who aren't here, you'll see the video later. That's my niece, Julie, operating the video camera back there. So, one thing I would like to tell you all on a personal note, and this is, try not to let it be emotional for myself, but I want to let y'all know, about a year ago, a little over a year ago, I was facing some health issues. And I don't know if y'all remember, I was gone for a while. I was off work for several weeks, and I was actually at the bottom of a spiral of alcoholism. And I had to recognize that I am an alcoholic, and I had to get help. So I went into detox treatment for a solid week, and then several weeks of outpatient treatment. And I'm proud to say that as of December 29th, I've been alcohol-free for a year. And it was a difficult road, and I don't think I could have done it without Alcoholics Anonymous. The only reason I bring this up is because I'm not shy about talking about it now because I'm a happy, healthy, recovering alcoholic. And it doesn't mean, it's really funny because some of the people talk about their families, and one guy in an AA meeting was talking to his son, and he hadn't seen him so many years, and his son asked him, "How long have you been going to these meetings?" And he said, 20 years. And he said, "Well, why do you continue to go?" And he said, "That's the only thing that keeps me sober, is going to these meetings." And his son said, "Well, I thought you kept going because you were still drinking." I had to think about that. I thought, I better tell my family that the reason I go to these meetings is because I'm not drinking anymore. It's not because I'm still drinking. I don't want them to worry. But it was a good story for him. When I left the detox unit in the St. Anthony Star program on the south side of town, they give you a little coin to symbolize your graduation. And last week I got this 1-year coin from my AA home club. But anyway, one of the graduation ceremonies that they do at the START unit is they take your graduation coin, and for everybody who's in the room, they hand it to a person and they just pass it around. Everybody touches the coin, and I would like to do that with my one-year chip. Get everybody to touch it and just pass it around until it's back to me, and then that way I'll have a little bit of everybody's
germs.
My personal pleasure. I would appreciate it if you would pass that around. Okay.